What's up, everybody? It's Cobra going for 6 here yet again with another video, and today it's a who's better topic between Jeff Hardy and Edge. Whoever referenced this in the comment section below, fantastic. I love the idea. I don't recall who did it exactly, but I really appreciate it. Whoever it is, I give you a shout out if I find out who it is, but I think the comments, like, they disable some things on there or whatever, because it's, anyway, but thank you for referencing this topic. I really like this topic between Jeff Hardy and Edge. And also, to get shout-outs in and out of the way, let's give one to Anthony James TV, or Miz the Champ, as you all know him. He makes wrestling videos and NFL topical videos and different things going on in the world. He had me as a guest on Champion's Corner. We discussed Randy Orton and what's going to happen between now and WrestleMania 30 for him and stuff like that. So check out that little interview that we had on there and subscribe to him and stuff like that. So just I'll leave both of the video description and his channel in the description box below. Anyway, also to get other things out of the way before I do, because that's normally when I do announcements, that's in the beginning of the videos. Send some questions in the queue for Q&A in the inbox below. I'm going to be doing a Q&A soon. Because normally I do about 4. I did 3 this whole year, from January 20th all the way down to December 31st so far. So if I can get a lot of questions in, that'd be fantastic, and I'll try to include your name in as well. So when I answer the questions, you will get recognized as well. So send some questions in the comment section below. So that'd be fantastic if you could do that. And I probably might be doing a Raw review. I've done 2 this whole year. I'm gonna try to go for a third one, and so that'll be fantastic if I am able to do that. So I'll be trying to do a Raw review tomorrow. So you might get 2 videos back-to-back days, but I'll be able to upload a little bit more. Then after that, we'll just see what goes on and see how we'll go with the flow in the ocean and the motion in the ocean. But anyway, who's better, Jeff Hardy or Edge? Now, let's go ahead and get on to the first category. Better debut. I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy faced 1, 2, 3 Kid. And then Edge faced Bob the Spark Plug Holly. But to me, I like 1, 2, 3 Kid better than Bob the Spark Plug Holly or Hardcore Holly. So I'm going to have to go ahead and say Jeff Hardy's debut was better. Their matches weren't 5-star matches at all. Nothing really transpired that much, really. Nothing completely happened out of the ordinary. That's something no storyline developed, really. But I'm going to have to say Jeff Hardy had a better debut than Edge. So Jeff Hardy 1, Edge 0. Better entrance, I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy. I really like Edge's theme song, You Think You Know Me. I like the 2001 version, and I like the Rob Zombie version of it in 2001 around King of the Ring, when he started becoming a singles competitor more than a tag team competitor around King of the Ring, SummerSlam, and he started feuding with William Regal for the Intercontinental Championship and all that kind of good stuff. But I like Jeff Hardy's a lot better. I just love the and it kind of got a little bit edited in 2008 and 2009, that version, but it was still kind of on the same base. So I had to say Jeff Hardy again. Jeff Hardy 2, Edge 0. Better attire. I'm gonna go with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy looked cooler with his attire. He had the tank top normally. He had the pants. He had the white or the purple and the black boots or whatever. It looked pretty cool and stuff like that. 2001, he had the hair, and he'd have his ponytail basically sticking out and stuff like that. He had the short hair in 2003 and 2008. He had the long hair. I really didn't care for him when he had the weave thing in. It didn't look cool to me. And he had his hair kind of braided basically. But Jeff Hardy, I think that his attire was much cooler to me than Edge. And then he had the cut up on my pantyhose basically when he cut him up, and that's what it actually says. Edge he had the pants basically. Sometimes they'd have some little cool writing on them and all that kind of good stuff, but like it'd be purple or green or yellow or red or black or white or whatever. But to me personally, I go with Jeff. So Jeff 3, Edge 0. Better title reigns, I'm gonna go with Edge for the next category, because Edge, to me, Jeff Hardy, he was kind of a stepping stone. When you get the title, he would hold it for somebody else to beat him. When Jeff Hardy get the title, and then he'd lose it to somebody else. Like that's basically what he was for Edge to set up storylines in 2009 when he won the title in Armageddon 2008 from Triple H and Edge, and a triple threat match. until you say, oh, okay, you're gonna get the title, but next month at the Royal Rumble you're gonna drop it and you're gonna set up a feud with Matt Hardy. I mean that makes sense, but he's kind of a stepping stone. And the same thing with Intercontinental Championships from time to time. He'd lose it. It just kind of got tossed around whenever Jeff Hardy had the title and it always have some, like when he was facing CM Punk, a lot of the times they just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, with Night of Champions, SummerSlam, that steel cage match, the Bash, Extreme Rules, like exactly when he beat Edge, ironically, in a ladder match at Extreme Rules 2009 for the world title, CM Punk cashed in right there, and then Jeff Hardy won Night of Champions, and then CM Punk won at SummerSlam, and CM Punk retained the title after SummerSlam. So it was kind of tossed around every time Jeff Hardy got the titles. The tag team championship reigns were a lot better. But to me, Edge had a lot better title reigns to me because he did more things with the championship. And I'm saying Jeff Hardy didn't say he had boring title reigns or whatever, but I just say Edge would have a more stuff that he did with the title and more storyline developing and more storytelling he had when he had the title. Better nickname, we're gonna go with Edge. The Rated R Superstar was a lot better than any nickname Jeff Hardy had. The Enigma, the Charismatic Enigma, or anything like that. I really like I just like Edge's nickname better. Not much to really say here. So Jeff Hardy 3, Edge 2. Better on the mic, I'm gonna go with Edge. Jeff Hardy's not the best on the mic. He had some he had some moments where he was on the mic and was going back and forth and stuff like that, but he wasn't as good as Edge. Edge could rip you on the mic or basically like that. So I think Edge is better on the mic when it comes to that. So 3-3. More charisma and going in the same category as is on the mic. Edge had more charisma than Jeff Hardy, so Edge would fall into the category of winning this one and having more charisma than Jeff Hardy. Not saying Jeff Hardy didn't have charisma or didn't have any spark of vibrance to him. Just Edge had a little bit. He had more charisma than Jeff Hardy. 4-3. Edge, better technician. We'll go with Edge. Jeff Hardy's matches were very entertaining, and Edge's were too. I particularly love Jeff Hardy's matches a lot. Edge, I loved his matches, but I love Jeff Hardy's considerably more because you knew something was going to happen when Jeff was in the ring. There's going to be some cool spot or something dangerous, something out of the ordinary when you saw with Jeff Hardy. If it's a steel cage match, Jeff Hardy's going to jump on it and, hit a whisper in the wind or do something really cool in the matches that would really make that match stand out and stuff like that. Edge had great matches. Was more of a not really a technical wrestler, but he could do a lot more technically wise in the ring than Jeff Hardy. When you think of Jeff Hardy doing dares and stunts and stuff like that nobody else would really do out in the roster or on the roster. So that's what you would really think from Edge. And that's what you got. Edge would just be a more technical wrestler when he feuded with Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle and stuff like that. It really showed his technical in-ring ability when he faced Austin Jericho and Undertaker and stuff like that. You really saw that and the chain wrestling that they did and stuff like that. It was very entertaining to watch, especially with his feuds and with everybody and anybody else that he had. He had more. It's like Jeff Hardy. He's like a cardboard box, but Edge is a huge Rubik's cube with everything different dimensions that he can add to the match. More than just one plain thing, but just saying Jeff Hardy can add more elements to the match being like a Daredevil-wise, but Jericho can bring more technical wrestling and more different things that he can by storytelling and stuff like that. So I just say Edge more with a better technician. Better finisher, Jeff Hardy. I love the spear, but the fact of the matter is the spear is used a lot by Rhino, which looks pretty cool. One with Goldberg looks awesome. Edge is okay with his spear. Roman Reigns is pretty good with his spear as well. Jeff Hardy has the twist of fate, but Swanton Bomb, nobody uses that. Everybody uses the spear almost. Batista used it. But, Jeff Hardy, everybody knows that the Swanton Bomb is his, and I've really never seen anybody besides Mr. Kennedy with the Kenton Bomb or the Green Bay Plunge. I think that's called the Green Bay Plunge, but he used to call it the Kenton Bomb. I really see nobody else use that move besides Jeff Hardy. I think Jeff Hardy's finisher, I really like that Swanton Bomb better. Bigger impact on the business. I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy. Edge really didn't draw like Jeff Hardy would have. Fans loved Jeff Hardy. Fans were so enthralled by Jeff Hardy and everything that he did. Jeff Hardy was just... People were amazed by Jeff Hardy and the stunts and the things that he did. that really set him apart from any other wrestler. The way he colored his hair, the way he'd come out to the ring and just do this and all that kind of stuff, and his entrance music and the way that he would interact with the fans and the crowd and stuff like that, or the WWE universe. Um, sorry, I have like a little cold, but it's alright. It's alright. But the bigger impact definitely be Jeff Hardy. I mean, he helped TNA in 2005 and 2004 when he came from WWE. So you can say he had a bigger impact by helping another company in TNA. He was in other companies as well. He was on the independent circuit for a while. I don't think he was in Ring of Honor, but he was in TNA. Then he's in TNA from 2010 to 2013 because I think he's done with TNA now. But I could be wrong. But he's written off storylines currently. And Jeff Hardy, he added more to TNA as well. So he did some stuff for WWE. I mean, he basically revolutionized the ladder match itself and made people look differently at tag team wrestling and, at the ladder match as well. And Edge is responsible for that as well because, Edge and Christian and, and stuff like that, and they revolutionized that as well. But I just think Jeff Hardy had a bigger impact on the business as a whole. Better matches. We're going to go with Edge. I looked at that earlier, but Jeff Hardy, I personally loved his matches. I liked Edge's matches, but I liked Jeff Hardy's matches a little bit more. But when you look at it from a standpoint, Edge always had a fantastic match. Jeff Hardy always had a good match. So it's kind of hard. It's a huge toss-up, but you got to say Edge when you look at it because the matches that he had with The Undertaker and stuff like that, and he had different things. He had different tag team matches. They were always entertaining, just like the Hardy Boys. So I mean, you can determine this for yourself who's better. I like Jeff Hardy and I like Edge, but when you look at it from a whole standpoint, Edge had better matches overall when you look at every single match that he had, and you can think of all the matches he had with Eddie Guerrero, Angle, and had many different matches that were really good, especially his feud with Christian and different people like that. He always had a good match. He never really had a bad match that was, oh my god, it was terrible. Jeff Hardy never had a bad match that was, oh my god, it was terrible Victory Road 2011, but, everything was always good with these two. But, and again, you can determine that for yourself, but overall, who's better? Edge wins 6-5 on Jeff Hardy. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Make sure you send questions down below. That's it for Coming Over 6. I'll probably do a Raw review tomorrow. But also, check out the link down in the description box below and other things like that, and other videos and good stuff like that. So if you haven't already, also subscribe to me. I'm almost at my goal. If I can get a 235 by the end of the year, I'll be super, super happy and stuff like that. So that'd be amazing if we can. But if we go over that, I'm absolutely fine with that. But also, make sure you like this video if you liked it, or if you dislike it, it's whatever. But make sure you comment down below and, speak on this topic or whatever you want to talk about. So that's pretty much it, guys. Come on for 6. Peace.